The bass thumped through the room, laughter spilling between clinking glasses, the dance floor pulsing with bodies that moved like they had nothing to lose. And then there was her, my wife. Her smile stretched wider than I'd seen in months, brighter, sharper, as if the happiness wasn't meant for me at all. Her hand lingered on another man's shoulder, brushing like her wedding ring didn't exist. I moved toward her, tried to kiss her. Nothing dramatic, just the instinctive gesture a husband makes. But she shoved me back hard. No effort to soften it. No attempt to hide it. And her words sliced right through me. Stop. You're embarrassing me. I don't want to look taken. The crowd kept dancing, laughing, drinking. They didn't hear her, but I did. Every word burned into me, clean and merciless. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. Instead, I reached for my wedding ring. Come steady. I slid it from my finger and set it on the nearest table beside a half-drunk glass of champagne. Problem solved, I said. The silence that followed spread like a cracking glass. Some guests whispered. Others simply stared. She froze, her expression faltering, her practiced smile slipping for the briefest second. In that moment, she wasn't untouchable anymore. Her mask had shattered, and the entire room saw it. She had tried to humiliate me, but instead she had exposed herself. We weren't always at war. I met her back when I had nothing but drive and raw ambition. I was young, hungry, grinding my way up from nothing. She was magnetic, part vulnerability, part fire, making men believe they needed to protect her while secretly pulling their strings. She said she believed in me, and maybe she did back then. She was at my side when I signed the lease for my first office, raising a glass when I closed my first big client, kissing me like I was her entire world the night we moved into our first house. But success doesn't always build people. It unmasks them. The first cracks were subtle. Texts at odd hours. Phones flipped face down, silenced. Excuses that never quite matched. She dressed sharper for events she couldn't recall afterward. Her laugh changed. It wasn't hers anymore. It was polished, faked, calculated. Then came the tangible proof. A receipt slipped into her purse. To a trace, 2 glasses of wine at a place we had never been together. When I confronted her, she laughed, brushed it off, accused me of paranoia, said it was a client dinner. And I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. But her eyes betrayed her before her lips moved. Pain didn't crush me. Not anymore. I'd built businesses from nothing. I knew how to sit with discomfort, how to turn it into strategy. And betrayal became fuel. So I waited. I didn't rage. I didn't accuse. I became a ghost in my own home. Quiet, watching, collecting. Her phone left unattended gave me everything. Pictures, messages, conversations with words too sharp to be mistaken. When he's out of the picture, we'll be unstoppable. Her words, not mine. She wasn't just cheating. She was planning my erasure. That's when I began my own plan. Step 1. Protect everything I had built. With my lawyer, I restructured assets, shifted accounts, shielded the company and the house beneath layers of trusts and clauses she couldn't touch. Step 2. Gather undeniable proof. Screenshots, recordings, hotel bills, evidence so airtight that if she tried to contest the divorce, she'd drown in her own lies. Step 3. Wait for the perfect stage. The company party was it. She thrived at those nights, parading herself in front of executives, laughing too loud, brushing against men who loved to believe they mattered. I knew she'd slip, and she did. That shoved those words in front of all those eyes. She thought she humiliated me. Instead, she gave me the perfect finale. I didn't storm out. I didn't sulk. I stayed, mingled, smiled at people I barely knew. And while the music roared and laughter swelled, the whisper of that ring on the table spread like wildfire. I saw the looks, the murmurs. By the time the night ended, her image had changed. No longer the radiant wife of a successful man, but the woman who shoved him away in public. The woman who didn't want to look taken. By dawn, her pedestal was cracked. By the following week, it collapsed. I filed for divorce immediately. No second chances, no arguments. My lawyer handed her the papers along with a neat folder of evidence. Her own words, her own pictures, her own betrayal staring her back in the face. She bluffed at first, threatened to fight. Then she saw the asset protections, the prenup she'd ignored. The fortress I had quietly built around everything she thought she'd take. Her fire turned to pleading. Don't ruin me. I was confused. I made mistakes. But I didn't need to shout. I didn't need to throw her shove back in her face. I just gave her the same words I'd whispered at the party. Problem solved. And she was done. She lost the house, the lifestyle, the friends who only valued her status. Even the man she thought she'd run away with. He vanished the moment her title changed from married and secure to divorced and exposed. I didn't punish her with anger. I punished her with silence. And silence, I discovered, cuts deeper than any insult ever could. Now, when people talk about her, it isn't admiration. It's pity, sometimes disgust. She had tried to cast me aside to make me look small, but in the end, she was the one discarded. I walked away lighter that night, ringless, free, because betrayal isn't the end. It's the beginning of art. And revenge. Revenge is the frame you build around it. You don't beg, you don't scream, you wait, you prepare, you deliver. And when the moment comes, you don't have to explain a thing. You just slide the ring off, leave it where everyone can see, and let two simple words echo louder than fury ever could.